Okay, my apologies, everyone. My internet decided it didn't want to stay connected. I have a new stream up, so we'll wait just a minute because Dawn and PJB were in the other chat. So I'll wait for them to hop on over. There's my lovely ladies, Miss Dawn and Pam. Thank you for hopping over to the new one. I do apologize. First, I started my stream on a private setting, and then it just was like, nope, we're done. Alright, so today we're going to go through some stencils and some lunar paste and some different applications that we can use with both of them. Now, if you hop on over to the Crescent Creation website, you will find this beautiful pink fresh stencil set. I have used this quite a bit, and I'm going to do a quick run through with this one and then show you how we can add some lunar paste accents, because even though it looks scary because it's 5 stencils, it's actually super duper easy. And you can use just the stencil like I'm going to do today. They do have a stamp that coordinates and a die cut. But if you're on a budget, I think the stencil is the best because it's so quick and easy, and you don't have to color it with like pens, pencils, stuff like that. So this one is the Pink Fresh in the Meadow. That is in the shop, and these are some of the Simon Hurley, well, these are all the Simon Hurley ones that are in the shop. I actually have them all, so I was kind of excited about that. So in the Crescent Creation shop, I'm gonna flip this right like this. I needed to get into my other window so I know that I'm showing you guys the right stuff. We're gonna slide that over. So this one is Tiny Hearts. They're super cute little tiny hearts. These are all available in the shop. Grand Greenery. I love this one. It's really cool. This one is the 5 vases that match the stamp set. It matches a stamp set, you guys. I completely forgot which one it is. Okay. Oh boys. Flip-flop. Vases for stamp set. That's what I wrote down. They're the vases for the stamp set. But she does have the stamp set in the shop. So there's that. Then she has the seashell maker, which we're going to use this one too because summer's coming. Well, summer might be here for some of us already, but I think this would be really gorgeous with some lunar paste. Pardon me. It's windy outside and I think it's stirring up some allergy stuff. This one is called Ghosted. It's going to be really great for Halloween. Yeah, Tiny Dots. Another fabulous one. And then this one is the layered stencils for the Zesty. Yeah, the Zesty stamp set, but this is called Lemon Branch if you're just looking for the stencil. This is Lemon Branch. There's your little branch, and then you layer, see, those are your lemons, and then you layer that in there. I can't remember how to do it, but yeah, they have it there. That is also in the shop. And again, it is a standalone. You don't need the stamp to use that, but it does look good together. And then this is the Flip Flop Chevron, which is going to be gorgeous with some lunar paste. Now, Simon Hurley, he does have his own channel where he uses his products. So if you ever want more information, you can definitely hop over there. but after this video, because we're going to go through some fun little techniques. I'm going to get my black paper out of the way. Pardon me, my nose is like really bugging me, guys. Ugh. Bethany, hello. Tech happens, life happens, absolutely. So now Lunar paste is a pretty cool product, and you might have some texture paste or various other pastes. So if you don't have Lunar paste, you can definitely try these techniques with whatever you have. If you want to see the difference between what you have and Lunar paste but don't want to buy all the colors, I do recommend you grab Slippery When Wet. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. You're going to buy the Slippery When Wet and you're going to use it all year long, especially during the holiday season around Christmas time, because the accent of gold is going to be gorgeous. I used so much last year. This is still my first jar and it's almost empty, but I really should have taken note of how many cards I made with this stuff. Absolutely stunning. And art projects. I've used this on fabric, mirrors, canvas, all sorts of surfaces. Now if you use it on a slick surface like a mirror, it will apply, it will dry, but you'll have to seal it, or just know that it's not a permanent thing, because you can actually peel it off of the glass. So that might be interesting, to do artwork on the glass and then peel it and apply it somewhere else. Yes, Bethany, BB Production Studios, that's Miss Bethany. She says, that's my favorite color. Yes, and Simon Hurley does have 3 new colors, which I, of course, am asking Miss Neha to carry in the shop, because I gotta have it, and if I'm demonstrating, I want you guys to be able to get it too. So here's one thing. We all have some paper, whether you printed it, you bought it in a pack, it came with something. Maybe you have a stack of papers that you do not like, and you're like, ugh, because it's plain, or it's boring, or it's not attractive. I actually do like this pattern paper. I think it's gorgeous, but sometimes you're going to get some patterns that you don't like. And what you can do is go through your stencils. Let's do some Grand Greenery. Okay, I think this is going to be gorgeous. Let me get my little mat. Uh-oh, where's all my magnets? They keep... Well... I have lost my magnets. I have found my magnets. Still missing one though. Oh my goodness. My nose. Okay, so this is my non-stick kitchen mat that someone lovely sent me, Ms. T. It's the Cook's Essential. So it's like a silicone mat, and it kind of holds things in place. And they do have other varieties, actual crafty ones out there. Use what you have. You could totally just use your magnet system, and I am using the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. Get it? Stay. So I'm going to get my Grand Greenery in there. So with Lunar paste, what you're going to want is some tools. Little battle weapons. No, please do not use these as weapons. I need his new teal. Yeah, that is Tropical Tango. And the color, his ink pad that matches is gorgeous. And yeah, I can't wait. Okay. Oh, I can proceed now. Yay, Pam's back. There's metal ones, there's plastic ones. You don't need anything spectacular. This one is actually a Ranger one that came with a kit for the crackle paste and stuff, so you might have one. You can pick them up at the Dollar Tree, all sorts of places. Got mine at the art store. Oil painters use these. Okay, they're easy clean whether you do metal or plastic. And they come in all shapes and varieties. I mean, these are the Ranger ones. Like I said, these are the art ones. Honestly, you only need one good one. So we're going to use this guy to get that in there. And then we're going to use one of his last release. This one is called Psych. And it really kind of psychs you out because it's not yellow and it's not green. It's on the line. It's totally in between. And it's creamy and really, really fabulous. So because I'm going to do this whole area, I am got quite a bit on there. Now I'm going to put it on. Okay, I'm going to set my palette knife at an angle, and as I drag across, I'm laying the knife flat. So at an angle to pick it up, lay it down. So we push it down, but we don't want to push too hard. Okay. Sometimes you got to drag it to fill in those areas. Okay. And you don't have to go slow. I'm going slow to kind of help you see down. If it's not filling just by moving, you can smoosh it. We don't want to push too hard, okay? Oops, we don't want it to go under. And my paper is kind of standing up, so if I'm peeling, okay, if the color is showing through, the paper underneath is showing through, just go back over it and don't push as hard. Move that magnet. I just lunar pasted. Okay. There we go. There is a new spatula out that Simon has released. I'm kind of excited for, because it will help us do the whole thing in one swoop. Okay. And be more even. Excess right back in there. Okay, unless you're mixing colors, you know, you can just scoop that right back in there. Close that up. Peel this off. Now when you go to peel, I like to hold it on one side so it doesn't get all weird, and then just start lifting and peel them apart. Okay, and then you have this gorgeous new piece of paper. So you can go through and make all new paper. And with this is going to be ready to go. I can put a sentiment on here. I could put one die cut image on here, and it's going to be so easy. I could just send it this way. And they're going to get this, and they're going to go, oh wow, and they're going to touch it, and they're going to feel it, because it's raised up. It's gorgeous. Ugh. And it's like a little bit of golden, a little bit of green. It's really fabulous. So use that paper that you don't like and cover it. check the box. Yeah, it's sitting flat. Okay, and yeah, so there's that one. Now the thicker you apply the lunar paste, the longer it takes to dry. Okay, so this one's going to take a little bit of time. Now we have all of this, okay, which we could totally take it to the sink and rinse it off and get rid of all of that. But you have it. Have yourself some papers ready, okay? So there's my paper. It's ready. I'm just going to clean this. And I'm not really going to care because this is going to be a grungy background, okay? So I'm just going to scrape the best I can right over. So it's going to be a grungy backup. So there's number one. Even in its grungy state, you guys, look at that. It's gorgeous. This will dry a lot quicker. It's not as thick. I'm going to grab another one. I'm going to grab a white one this time. I'm going to set that down. I'm going to set that down. I'm going to give it a squirt with some water. Okay. I'm going to get my scrubber tool. This is a kitchen scrubber. It's silicone. Get them Amazon, Walmart, wherever dish scrubbing tools are sold. Okay, so I'm scrubbing, getting that all moved around, and then I can take my rag, and I'm not moving that piece of paper. I'm just cleaning my stencil right over the top of the paper, you guys. So when I peel this, okay, we're gonna get another background, and I can trim this little piece that didn't do so well. Okay, trim that up. But these are just gorgeous. And I can ink over it. I can do all sorts of stuff. And this is going to dry a lot quicker because it is so very thin. But that's cleanup. Okay, so we've done our original project and 2 cleanups so far. Just look at that. Set that over there to dry. Now another way to clean up, okay, because sometimes we have leftovers on our mat, okay, so if we add some water, okay, we have this puddly puddles, clean our spatula off right on there, right, so there's not much there. Wipe that clean, just like that. I'm going to take a piece of paper and just drag it. Just drag it through the muck. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh yes. Woo! And then we have another grungy background. Oh, I love that one. And then all we do is clean. Little bit of water wipes it right up. Okay, so gorgeous. Now I'm going to set this aside for a hot second. Okay, I'm going to check my stencil, make sure it's all nice and clean. I don't have a sink in my craft room, so I'm just going to scrub it right here. Show you guys how easy that is. Now it is dry on the stencil, but it's not so dry it doesn't come up easy. And that's just one thing you'll want to watch. If you leave these set for a few days, it is going to be a pain to clean. But they can dry a little bit. That won't hurt them. So you can do your cleanup and know that by the time you get back to this, it'll still clean up pretty easy. And voila, nice and clean. I'm not worried about this little bit of discoloration. I can take it to the sink and really go to town if I want to. But we don't have to. And that was grand greenery. So the next thing, we have colored cardstock. Okay. I don't like pink. It's not my favorite color. But a sentiment on the front, I know, right? I don't do sentiments very often. So, yeah. Sentiment on the front probably won't happen with me. So, yes, Miss Pam knows. But, say like your colored cardstock. Okay, we can grab one of the lunar paste that kind of looks like it. I've got Prom Queen right here. So we can go through and spruce up this lovely piece of paper. Okay, so we did a patterned paper. Now we're gonna do, I lost my spatula. We're gonna do cardstock. Okay, we're gonna do a cardstock, because why not? Okay, nobody says we can't. I do want it to, my dots to kind of line up though. Make sure we are not too off on there. Okay. Now again, ugh, look at that. Just gorgeous. Okay. Yeah, I don't like pink, but there's something about that shiny, right? So we're just gonna put this on here. This one's not as delicate as the Grand Greenery, so I can set it down, scoop, flatten, scoop, flatten. And maybe I want it a little bit more grungy, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm gonna just scoop all of this off, right back into the jar, just like so. Put my lid back on. Okay, and Prom Queen is all done. You could probably do a couple of these backgrounds before cleaning the stencil in between. Okay. Oh, look at that. Tiny circles. And it's just going to look even better when it dries, you guys. Ugh. Just gorgeous. So we're going to let that one dry. Same thing. Okay, cleanup. Cleanup's going to get you some really interesting stuff. So I'm going to put that there. Put that right on top. Give it a squirt. Okay. Activate that little pinkness. Oops. You can see I'm not being too careful. Scrub. Our little scrubber. It's doing double duty. It's cleaning our stencil and making a beautiful background. Oops. Sorry, paper. Oh, look at that. Different applications are going to give you different results. That's when the stencil moved, I think. But look at all that. And it's shiny. It's shiny, you guys. But again, that one won't take very long to dry. I'll show you. Here's the green one that we did. That one's completely dry in the time to do those other stencils. This one, yeah, this one's dry too. I won't play around with the very first one, but these thinner ones are dry. So that's really nice when they dry really quickly. Okay. I'm gonna just go ahead and clean this up real quick. Get my rag. Again, it's a very easy cleanup. Spatula. Just a couple of wipes if it's a little sticky. Yes, Franklin is BB Productions Bethany's little dude. He's teething. He's got teeth coming in. He needs extra loves. Okay. And if it doesn't all come off like this, you could sit there and scrape it off, because this is a slick surface. It will scrape off, but it won't affect. If you leave it, it's not going to affect how it works. So that one is all done. Okay, so I got a little bit of pink on there. I wanted to do the seashells real quick, because I think you guys are going to like the seashells for all of your summery cards that you're going to do and have fun with. This is a creamy colored cardstock. Okay, it's just something I had in my stash. It's actually got a little bit of texture on it, but I like the creaminess, so I thought that one would be a good. We're just gonna do one of these shells for now. Okay, we're gonna do this easy peasy one right here. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your stencil. You're gonna get it where you want it on your paper. And actually, let's do it down this side, since I've already kind of ruined this side. Okay, so there's my shell. And I want my shell kind of orangey, I think. So I'm going to go in with the guppy. Okay, going to ink it up. Add some guppy in there. Okay, maybe I want it dark on this end. Okay, I'm going to cut it out, say, if I'm going to do some stuff. So I don't mind if I run off the stencil. If you're doing this right on your project, what you're going to want to do is put some washi tape to cover that up, so when you do your brush strokes, see that? Okay, so now we're going to shift our stencil down, and we're going to line this up. Holy moly, that lines up so easy. Did I really? Yeah, I had it until yeah, okay. So again, if you're doing this right on your work, you're going to cover that and you're going to cover that, but I'm not worried about it. I'm going to go in here. Okay. Ugh. Slippery when wet, you guys. Beautiful, beautiful color. We're going to grab it just a little bit, because this is a little area. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to drag it across. Flatten and drag in. Flatten, drag. Okay. Flat and drag. So you can use your Lunar paste on the layered stencils to add that accent. Okay. I'm just going to clean that up really good. Just like so. Peel this. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hold the stencil and then peel it up. Oh, you guys, look at this. This is the shell maker. It is available at the Crescent Creation shop. $5. $5 for this particular tool, this investment that you can use year after year. Just look at that. Oh my goodness. I almost spread that perfectly. There's a little mishap right there, but I dang near got that paste on there perfectly, you guys. Oh my goodness. Again, this is the shell maker, available at Crescent Creation. Hot dog. Get us a little mermaid, and he has the new mermaid tail, which should be arriving at the shop. So yeah, and this is using a tinted cardstock, because remember, that is not white. It is not white at all. So yeah, and then we can fussy cut that sucker right out and put that anywhere we want to. Okay, I'm gonna flip that over there, but we're gonna do the cleanup. See, I'm gonna put that right there, and I'm just gonna use whatever ink is on my brush here, because we can still do the cleanup. Okay, so I'm going to shift that down. It's a little bit harder to see because of, but it's not too bad. And then we're going to give it a squirt. Okay, we're going to get our little scrubber. We're going to clean that up right over the top. You can see, because it was so thin, it dried pretty quickly. Okay. Oops, not on the paper. So lifting. Oh, I like that one too. And I know you guys can't see it, but there is still some mica in there, so it is shiny a little bit. But see the difference? You could make, they're exactly the same thing. All the same steps, only this is the cleanup kind of version. Ugh. And it gave that dark ridging area. I love that. You see the little sparkles in there? Ugh. Look at that. So yeah, you can totally, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different. Oh, there's another little piece for this, I think. I don't know. Is that a little piece for that? Maybe to add a little bit of shadow towards the end there. I don't know. I'll have to watch his video on this one, because like this I know would go to that. This stripes go there, and these ones go there, and then, oh no, I fibbed. So this is 1, 2, 3 parts for this shell. 1, 2, 3 parts for this shell. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts for this one. I do think this one goes there, but I don't know how. That's okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4 shells. Still a good value. Still a good value. Okay, let's get this cleaned up the rest of the way. Franklin is 8 months old. We've got to see Franklin on Bethany's channel a few times, and her other little ones like to stop in and say hello. Okay, come on. Nice and clean-ish. And then I've got my the little mask. So I don't lose it. Put that right back in there, and then I'm going to put it back in its little plastic. There we go. So that is ready for next time. So we're gonna do pink and mane really quick, my last piece. Okay, because you might have layered stencils that are really in depth. 1, 2, 4. And wait, what number are you? 5. So this one would be 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this is the Pink Fresh Grand Meadow. Okay, we're going to set it on here. Blunk. Just like so. Get that to stay put a little bit. Okay, let's grab our brushes. Green brush. Let's do purple flowers this time. Yeah, my oldest has a BF out in California. That's so funny. Okay, so we're gonna get our green brush, and we're gonna get I'm gonna get my favorite color of green, Overzealous. I can't go wrong with that at all. I tell you, it goes great for everything. So we're gonna get some ink on there, swirl it in. You can literally do this with one shade of green, because each layer you would just build up. So I'm lightly doing the first layer. Okay, now I'm gonna get some purple. Let's get some Crown Me. We're gonna make this easy peasy. We're gonna do this totally 2 colors. I'm gonna do nice light color there. See, not adding anything extra to the brush. That's layer number 1. Layer number 2. Wait, how did I do that? Did I do that one backwards? No. Okay, there we go. I'll just move my magnets when I need to. Okay. So we're going to go back in with our green. This time I'm going to add a little bit more pressure. Okay. Get that. Because this is our second layer. Same color, just adding more pressure. Your favorite green. Now, if you don't want to add the pressure, you can do light, medium, and dark. Grab your medium. Okay, this is layer 2. Layer 1 is your light color green. So gorgeous. So easy. It's just ink blending. I mean, just pick how much ink you want on there. Okay, maybe you want that a little bit darker on this particular bundle because you just feel like it. Maybe this one needs a little bit darker, just like so. Okay. So there's layer 2, light, just with the same color. Okay, now here comes number 3. Now you'll want to look at your stencils, because what you want to do is make sure you have some accents. So here's my berries, which I will do in a lunar paste. And then the greenery, the top layer greenery, I want to do in the Lunar paste. So those two. And then this one is going to be just color. So we're going to line it up. And this stencil is really interesting. It doesn't have to be perfect. I've never had it line up perfect. You just kind of eyeball it and see how you like it. Okay, so I'm going to do my purples. Okay, get my extras on the purple. Okay, I'm going to actually wipe that up a little bit, because when I go in for the berries, because they're really close to each other, I'm going to go in with the red berries. So I'm going to do a dark red, game over. I'm going to get a littler brush. I got to clean it because my little brush goes for all the colors. Okay, so I'm going to take some color and then rub it off to the side. That way there I know it's going to be a nice juicy red in there. If you're worried about it, you can stencil off the areas you don't want the red in. And then, because like, oops, come on, because some of these areas are kind of tight, and if you don't mind them blending together, by all means, you don't have to cover them up. But if you feel like it's going really good and you think it's going to be gorgeous, okay, just like so. Then we can bring over the same tape to the other side. Now I've done plenty of these without masking them, so it's literally a preference, just a preference. Okay, so now we're going to do the reverse. Get some of this ink cleaned up. We're going to cover those berries so I don't get green in there. There are tools out there, smaller makeup brushes and stuff that you could totally use. Use what you have. I don't have anything. Well, I might have something that small. My hubby is the first guy I dated in my 20s. I was not a very outgoing person at all. Okay, so now we can grab the same green we've been using. Okay. And it doesn't matter the pressure because it's going on top, so it's automatically going to darken what's there. And if it picks up a little bit of the red, don't worry. It will make it a little bit of a brownish color, but it's going to be gorgeous. We just don't want any of the green in the red. We don't mind if some of our leaves turn out a little bit brown. We just don't want our berries different colors. Make sure we got all the berries or the leafy parts. Okay, so this is number 3, and these are water-based inks, so I can leave these sit there for days and it'll clean up just fine. This is 3 layers. Look at that. But you see how that little bit of red just added a different color to that green? That's just one shade of green, you guys. How lovely is that? Okay. Now, we're going to do step 5. I'm going to skip step 4, okay? Because I think it will be more dramatic to show you this versus this, because we're not going to have time to do both. Because what's going to happen is when we stencil this with the texture paste, it's going to be wet, and so if I put this on top, it's going to make a mess. So what we're going to do is later today is I'll finish this up and I'll put the little berries in, and I'm going to do the little berries in a little bit of bee sting so they'll be nice and shiny. But these are the leaf accents, so we're going to do those in a little bit of minty fresh. Okay. And this is another one of his newer colors, but not the newest. I mean, he's got some very, very new ones out. Okay, and again, they do not line up perfectly. You're going to get them into a spot that you're gonna be happy with. Because if you line up one area, another area is like way off. So we're just going to do that. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that up there. We're going to grab our spatula. Ugh. Look at that. That minty fresh. It's gorgeous. So you'll want to use your Lunar paste when you're all done with your base stenciling, okay? All of that stenciling, the base colors. There's a little bit of chunky in there. Get that out. Now, if you don't use your Lunar paste all the time, you might put a little bit of press and seal in there. I was doing that because, you know, I was worried about it going crusty and gross before I could use it all. But I use it so often because it is so easy, you guys. It's so easy to clean up. It goes on nicely. I mean, look at that. It just, so beautiful. Now, if I did a couple more stencils, I could totally clean up right over another stencil. Okay, just like we did with the seashell, but I'm not gonna torture you guys through that. Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness. And then when I go back in with the berries and give those a pop of shine, oh my god, you guys. So if you're at Crescent Creation and you pick up and you don't even have to do the berries, you could totally do the berries a light red and then go in on the second layer of berries and do the darker part. but I totally want to do the pop of red too. So I'll go back after this dries, and I'll have to be a little bit careful because this layer of green is now raised. When I set my stencil on it after it dries, there's going to be a gap. So I want to be extra careful when I do the berries not to mush it around too much. I'm going to want to just focus on one berry at a time. Okay, so that's what I will be doing. And because I do have the die cuts for this, I can totally cut this out and make a couple of cards with it. I do have videos here on Crescent Creation using this, so you'll just want to go into my playlist and you can see all of the times I use this. I mean, it pairs really nicely with other brands. I use the Passionate Penguins with it. If you were fortunate enough to get the Crescent Creations brand digitals, you know, like Stinking Cute and all the bunnies and stuff, you could totally put them in the little branchies and stuff. Yeah, space that. But yeah, so if you're gonna do lunar paste on lunar paste, make sure the first layer is completely dry, and then be careful on that second that it doesn't goo out of there. But oh, look at that. So I'm gonna clean this up really quick and then we'll do a review. Now I added some water. I'm just gonna see what's gonna happen. I got a piece of black here. We're gonna see if we can't. Oh, oops, I pulled a little too hard on that one. Oh, ho, ho. Just got to be careful right there. Oh, look at that. So you can make some beautiful grungy backgrounds. Look at that. I can use this to die cut. I can use this as a background and put something else over it, especially since I crinkled that right there. Cut that down even smaller, put a nice little something in there. So you can even clean up over a stencil. How lovely is that? And this little chunky thingy, get that into the garbage. And the spatula cleans, like I said, even the plastic ones clean so easy, you guys. Okay, Pam is back in her recliner. We can all just relax. Okay. Get this all nice and cleaned up. Always clean the front and the back, because no matter how careful you are, you will get gooey's on the back side. You always will. You just trust me. Flip, get those last little bits. Again, if we miss some, it's not going to affect our application at all. If you're worried about it, you can really go in and focus on an area. Okay, it does scrape off, but yeah, you should see some of my older stencils, you guys. They got a lot of love going on. Okay, so what have we done in our hour today? And it wasn't even an hour because I lost 10 minutes when I lost my video. Okay, so first thing we did. Oh, look at that. First thing we did, and it's already dry. Now, drying times will vary on your humidity, the heat in the room, how cold it is, moisture, all of the things that affect the things you gotta take into consideration. Even though Okay, so this one is actually not completely dry. It's dry on the top, but you can kind of feel it's kind of cold. So just like anything else that has texture, the inside is not dry quite yet. We textured on top of patterned paper. Now you can make your own patterned paper. You can buy digital pattern papers, print them, do all the pretties. Okay, we had stenciled that on, and we had extras on the stencil, so we scraped it onto another. Okay, we weren't careful, we weren't cautious, we just scraped it on there, and we created a grungy kind of look. Okay, of course you could do your cleanup very precise and, you know, whatnot, and had it look more pristine. Okay, and there was still stuff on the stencil, so we sprayed it down on top of the white piece of paper and then scrubbed it, and it I don't know, there's something about these kind of cleanups. I like how it gets really dark around the edge, like we might have traced it, and then it's lighter on the inside. I love this kind of cleanup, I really do. So we did this with one application. Okay, first step, second step, third step. Then we said, you know, we have cardstock that we don't like, so we can tone on tone. So I had a pink, and then I used the Prom Queen. And I wanted this one more grungy, so I purposely didn't fill it all in. Of course, you could definitely take your time. Now that one had some leftovers, because we actually scraped quite a bit. So we did, we put the stencil on, sprayed it, and we're able to get this, which you guys, the mica, both of these, the mica in there, this one really reflects it, but it's in this one too. You can see it's shiny, it's cool. Okay, and then the third application we did as an accent on, oops, nope, we did our shells. We did the shell builder. Okay, it's already dry. Look at that. Ugh. And then the cleanup. So even small projects, you can do a cleanup. And this is cool because it's textured. Okay? That Lunar paste stuck to the edges of the stencil and made it lumpy and bumpy. So it's actually textured. We did that. And then we added accents to a multiple layered stencil. This one is Pink Fresh in the Meadow. Is it? Ooh, you guys. It's already dry. It is pretty hot here. Well, hot dog. Let's add some berries really quick. I hope you guys don't mind. Then I don't have to do it later. So we're gonna just put this where it's gonna look halfway decent, because remember, they don't all line up 100%. Okay. Oops, got another little clumpy. Sometimes you get a little clumpies. That's alright. So I'm going to take just a teeny bit. Remember, we don't want to push too hard. And I'm actually pushing the stencil down where it's going to go. See how that little bit just did so much? Okay. So I'm not going to fuss with those because we have that raised area underneath. I'm holding, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I always hold one side to get it started. And then peel up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it totally needed that. Look at it. Our little berries. Oh my goodness. It is kind of weird that they have like one berry there. I think maybe it's just weird. Ooh wee. So we got sparkly red, and see how quick that was? Just a minute, if that. But yeah. So I hope this is inspiring to you. Again, if you want to try Lunar Paste, because you're not sure, you're on the fence, get the slippery when wet. I guarantee you, you will love this. Grab yourself a stencil. Shapes and stuff are very universal. They're going to go with everything. So pick up, if you're just wanting to try, these layered stencils, like the pink fresh ones, you're going to get a lot of use out of them. Because once you die cut this or fussy cut it, you're going to be able to use this on multiple projects. So I do thank you all for hanging out with me. I just keep having to look at it. It's so pretty. Like, can you imagine getting this in the mail and you're like, ooh. I mean, you just want to play with it and be like, so fabulous. Use, are you talking about? Dawn says, I can imagine you want my address. Psyche is S-I-K-E for the green that we used for the Grand Greenery. Psyche, S-I-K-E. Okay, and then we used the slippery when wet. So you can see this is definitely very gold versus the greenish gold. I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah. So S-I-K-E. Okay, I gotta clean this up, and I will chat with you lovelies later. Thank you for joining me. I will be right back here next Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully no issues, but until then, I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you all so much. Bye-bye.